What's up, everybody? Friday morning. It's today, November 5th. Yeah, it's cold, man. And I know Texas is supposed to be a hot place, but it was like 38 degrees this morning. Oh. We'll give it a couple of minutes just in case somebody wants to jump on. I don't expect there to be a lot of audience for this for a while, but hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get, maybe we'll get some people watching after a while. That'd be really sweet. So I got two songs I'm going to introduce you guys to today. Both of them are significant in their own ways, and I'll kind of cover that, here in a few. Fingers hurt today. Pretty bad. It's cold. And, oh yeah. And I'm back in the gym, like on my regular gym routine, my regular split after a long time. So, that's just me crying about it. So we're like 3.5 minutes in, and again, I know there's nobody on, but maybe somebody will watch this and we'll be able to comment. So what are you guys up to? What'd you do all week? Anybody do anything interesting? Anybody have any good plans for Thanksgiving other than the usual? I know we're actually headed out to the East Coast, North Carolina, for Thanksgiving. That'll be pretty cool. First time my son's gonna be on an airplane, which to me is weird. He's 16, and the first time he's flown, I mean, I flew for the first time, I think I was 7, maybe 6, maybe. Somewhere in there, 7-ish. And I flew by myself from Connecticut to Texas, all by my damn self. And my son's never been on a plane before. All right, well, anyway. So, I'll just kind of jump to it today. The two songs that I'm going to introduce to you guys are ones that I've been working on for a long time. One of them, all right, sorry. One of them is called "Nothing to Prove," and that was a song that I got the idea for, I don't know, a few years ago. And I just wanted this, I might have even talked about it in my last stream, but I wanted it just a straight ahead, guitar rock song. Like the kind of song you think of when you think instrumental rock guitar. And, something like Surfing with the Alien. It was just fun to play, and I wasn't set out. It wasn't supposed to be some math rock opus. It just was something that just kind of had a cool groove and a nice strong melody that was fun and that I could really get into. And the other one is, oh yeah, so to talk more about Nothing to Prove, um, I wanted that one to really be kind of the bullseye of my playing style. Because at the end of the day, aside from all my influences, I'm a rock player. And, you guys will hear some jazz, you'll hear a little bit of classical, you'll hear a little bit of funk. Um, you know, it, but when you boil it all down, I'm a rock player. That's what I cut my teeth on, and that's kind of what inspires me. Um, so I wanted to have a song that was just, like I said, fun to play and fun to listen to. That just encompassed basically everything that inspires me to play the guitar. So that means, good heavy guitar riff, um, some big drums, and yeah, maybe a little bit of wild playing in there. But it's gonna be wild just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be all carefully crafted. Um, anyway, you get to hear that in a second. The other one is a complete 180 from that, and it's a little bit more personal in a different way. It's a tune called "Folding with Four Aces," and yeah, I know, right? Folding with four aces. It's an unbeatable hand, and yet somebody folds. Well, I mean, it's not unbeatable. You can beat it with a royal flush, but how often do you ever see a royal flush? How often do you see four aces in the same hand? Anyway, that's the point. My life has been affected in some unique and very direct ways by suicide. I'm not going to go into that because that's not part of this. But there was, a few years ago, there was I don't know, this weird thing happened where I woke up to the news of someone from our local Dallas area music scene had taken his own life, and then another, and then another, and then another. Four of them in one day. And I was just like, God bless, man, what the fuck? What is going on in this world? And why are people compelled to do that? Because, I mean, I've been there, okay? And yeah, that's also fodder for another discussion. But, the ones that really kind of struck me the hardest, and this is gets to the meat of this song. I've been riding bicycles my whole life. I was a BMX kid from the middle '80s up until just not that many years ago, and I've been on a mountain bike since the late '90s. If you guys are familiar with who Dave Mira was, Dave Mira was one of the most incredible BMX freestyle riders in the history of the sport, and he took his own life. He had millions of dollars and a beautiful wife and his family and his beautiful house, and he got all that doing exactly what he wanted, riding a bicycle, and flying through the air. And we sit here and we look at a life like that, and it's like, what? Man, he had it all. Why check out of the game? And obviously, Chris Cornell. If you're here, chances are you know about Chris Cornell. The same thing, man. The dude had an insanely successful career. And, guy was regarded as one of the best vocalists in rock, and had everything going for him, and still cashed in. And we look at that and we go, what the hell? Why? And I didn't have any intention to set out and answer why, but more to sort of recognize, I guess, the fact that they have their reasons, like whether we relate or we understand, it's completely irrelevant. But so to get to it, man, it's like sitting at a poker game, and somebody folds and leaves the game, and when you pick up the cards, you see that they were holding 4 aces. You're like, holy shit, dude, 4 aces. Why leave the game? And the idea that we won't always understand, but there's always a reason. And that really, really resonated with me. And I'll get into a little bit of detail when I start going through that song. And when I first recorded it, I literally it was that day, the day I was telling you guys about, with 4 of our local cats just jumping ship, man. I turned on the console. I started recording. I pulled up some drums and I played the entire song, start to end, in one take. Meaning, yes, I improvised. I wrote the whole thing as it played, and it actually came out pretty cool. It like when you do that, it has, you lose some structure because there's not any, but nonetheless, as time has gone by and more people have asked me about that song, and to do something and to put it out, I started making it a little bit more concrete. So we'll get back to that one. We'll come back. I'll go back to that because I don't want to just take off on like this dark turn, first thing. So what I'm gonna do is, oh cool, you guys can actually see the screen too. Awesome. What I'm gonna do is this. Check that out. I just made myself smaller. Okay, so now you guys can basically see what I see, right? And here's my OBS interface. And this right here, that's my console audio. And this is how you guys are getting unfazed vocal audio. That was something that I was really stoked to learn. But then, what all this is, okay? This is my recording software over here. If I do this, there we go, it blows that up some. Damn it. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. I happen to use PreSonus Studio One. It's old. It's 3 Pro. And there's a lot of really cool features to it that we can kind of get into. And I also use for my drums, that's what this is right here. I'll move this so that you guys can see that. That is Tune Tracks Easy Drummer 2. If you don't use it and you write your own stuff at home, this software is flipping amazing, man. You can literally, like, you find a drum groove that you like, and it's like, man, that would make a really cool, main verse section of drums. So you click it and you drag it down, and then there's a little button on there that says use with Song Creator, and you click that and you pick your song format, whether it's Abacab or whether it, whatever, and you say, okay, now this is going to be my song format, and blah, it gives you suggestions for all the other song segments, so you can arrange your song. So then all you have to do is basically drag down, if that's your verse, then you pick an intro. You go through the ones that it says are going to make a good intro for that, and then you have your intro, and then you have your verse, and then you have a pre-chorus and a chorus, and the whole song in minutes. Now all the drums are done for an entire song, and that's a really cool thing that I hope to bring you guys along for one of these days. Sometimes I'll pull up I'll arrange an entire song, an entire drum track for a whole song, and I'll just give a very brief listen to each part, and I will sit here in real time and play along, writing a brand new song as it plays. That's really cool, and you guys stick around, and I'll do that. I will do. I'll make a point of one of these live streams doing that, because it's cool and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, so that's what this is. Now, what song am I working on here? Okay, there it is. See, nothing to prove. And let's go back up to that so I can see what you guys see. Yeah, right there. You'll see it says nothing to prove 3. This is the third rendition of this, and anyway, I'll just play it for you. The song is not complete. I don't have an intro yet, and I'll ask you guys about that. What do you think would be a cool intro? Like, big poundy tribal drums intro, or something with the guitar, bass, or just start it from 0 to full throttle. I have a song called Full Throttle too, by the way. It's the song I played on Steve Vai's stage. That was really cool. Old song though. I was just getting started. But yeah, anyway. So this one, I've got it set up. Verse, chorus, pre-chorus, and the rhythm guitars are all recorded. So let's take a listen. So I'm gonna have to do this anyway because I gotta remember what key it is. It's been a long time since I worked on this song. Simple. All right, so there it is, and this is how songs get made around here for me, and love it or leave it. It's what it is. So what I'm gonna do, okay, take this back to the very beginning, and I gotta make one cut. Okay, so I know you guys didn't see that. So I'm gonna move you all over here. All right. So now over here, this is obviously the audio. Okay, this is the recorded part. So, man, the hell was that? Oh. I've got basically one measure of drums. So I lied. There is an intro. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to cut this there, and I think this is already split at this end. Yeah, okay. So that segment, right, is the verse. So we're going to do that. That segment that I just highlighted is the verse. And one of the cool things that I really like about Studio One, and they started it with this one, is I can label each song section. You know, I can label the verse, and give it a color. You'll see it on some of the other songs. I'll do it to this one eventually. And I can label the pre-chorus, and I can label the chorus, and the bridge, and whatnot. And that way, I can go in and just work on that section by itself, you know, without having to like fumble my way through the song, and figure out where my cuts are. So yeah, so now we're here, okay? And admittedly, guys, I don't, shame on me, right? I don't remember what key this song is in. It's somewhere in there, right? Is that it? Okay, so it sounds like we're in E. Probably down to D. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to figure that riff out. I don't remember exactly what I did. I rarely do, and that's half the problem. So now that I have this section on, you like that? I have this section on loop now. What I'll do, I'll let this play and come up with a main melody line, a riff, and it's just basically play on loop while I'm doing that. So let's see. Let's see. So I was pretty happy with a couple of those. There was two or three different things that I was trying in there. And I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I need to guitar. Alrighty, so now we go back to this, and you guys will probably dig this. Oh, yep. Scoot. You know what that means? No, you guys don't know what that means, but you're about to. This is why I like doing this live, because I did not have the correct effect on. That's just, I don't know. There's something about clamming it up totally and just crapping all over it in front of an audience that makes live streaming fun. So anyway, let's give that a take two. into more of the solo there. But that was a lot of fun, and that's exactly the vibe that I want this song to have. I want it to just pull me into playing more. I want that, and oh, it's so fun. All right, so that's that. And by the way, and I probably should have recorded some of that, but I didn't. And that's all right. It's all right because I'll be able to go back and watch this. So now, okay, now we're here. I left my marker where it was. So now we'll loop. Ah! Hey, you bastard. What are we doing? Stretch this out to here. Oh, you know what? I can just do this. There we go. See. And that shows more of the song at one time, so it's easier to scale things. So now if I go here, right? Now I can just loop this. And sorry guys, I absolutely don't. I don't remember at all what key. This part, because, and this is pre-chorus. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's why I'm doing this. If the verse is just rah 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 and just full of energy, what do you think with this one? And remember, we got a chorus. Okay, we got a chorus that we got to lead to. So do we just punch it up and it's just keep the damn pedal to the metal all the way through the chorus? Or do we kind of back off just a hair for the pre-chorus and then right back to it when the chorus comes? So let me just experiment a little bit. So I kind of dig that. I kind of dig it. It needs work. Obviously, it needs work. But I kind of dig that. I dig the whammy pedal thing happening. So yeah, that again, it needs work. And you guys, this is why I'm doing this. What do you think? If you hated it, tell me you hated it. If you think, yeah, there's something to that, try blah, 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 then I'll try it. And now, okay, so now we're gonna get over to this. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna loop that section now. All right. So this is the chorus. See, and this is why I like using suspended chords, because I can do all kinds of fun stuff. So this so I mean that could be, I could do something A Lydian in there. That would be pretty cool, right? Because that's I could call that, you know, major, which is 100% A Lydian, and I think that would go super well right there. I could do something minor, but I don't at all think this song takes something minor. Could I do something Mixolydian? If that were to be, because A sus is it takes the place of a power chord. Suspended chords do. So that's why. Because it's got D, and A Lydian has sharp. So that would be A major to B minor. Because with no tonality in the chord, I have to imply it with the melody. Okay, so again, guys, just feeling this out. Let's see what happens. Let's get this one going again, and see. 45 minutes already. So, okay, you've gotten 40-ish minutes on that song, and hopefully you got kind of a feel for it. I really should keep notes too about what key things are in, so that when I go back to them months later, I don't have to figure out what key I wrote it in, and do it in front of you guys. So, all right, so that's that one. And so, what do you guys think too? Do you guys like me in the upper right hand, where it is, and the upper left, lower left, lower right. I like the upper right, to be honest with you, because there's things that I need to see on the screen that are obscured by the little window where I am. There's a delay between what I do and what you guys see. So I'm watching the screen move. That's kind of neat. All right. So now if we jump back to the other song that I told you guys about, I'm basically starting this one over. And what I wanted to do with this one, I really wanted to sort of have the music itself, like the melody and the harmony, carry kind of the vibe of the way I feel about it, where, you know, it's like, despite what you see, there might be something going on that you don't know about, or, you know, there's something going on that you can't quite put your finger on, that really turns the tables into a darker setting. And initially I thought, man, it would be really cool to have like a major harmony, you know, major chord progression, but a minor melody, you know, in the same key. So, you know, like for instance, A major. Oops. Turn that down just a hair. There we go. So like A major. You know what? I might kind of like that. All right, so hearing that, that's one idea. But another one though, and this is the one that's been kind of resonating with me lately, was to have the intro of the song, and I guess the verse really be in a minor key, right? And so the key that I picked for this one, because originally I wrote this in C minor, but I changed it to C sharp minor, and I'll tell you why here in a second. So if here is basically the rhythm guitar part for the intro, and the verse would be like. and then it would shift from C sharp minor to C major. So you've had this going. To this. And I'll tell you why. And I'll change the chord for a better example. But on an academic level, a mechanical level, right? C sharp minor. The note that makes this minor is the third, because that's the way it works. Well, the third in C sharp minor is E. So if you change the third, you change the tonality. And I thought it would be kind of cool to kind of capture the idea of the persistence of something between basically the good and the bad. So in this case, the happy and the sad, for lack of a better way of putting it. So the third, right? Like I said, the note that makes this minor. Even though the root changed, and so did the tonality, right? We went from major to minor, and the root note changed. The note that makes C major major, anybody guess? It's E. So the same note, literally the same note that makes the first chord minor, is the note that makes the next segment major. And something about that resonated with me, just how the persistence of that note. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're in C major now, but I still hear that E. I still hear it, and I can construct that in a way that it will refer back to that C sharp minor. It will just kind of hang there. Like maybe I can do it with the bass, and that way it's not as noticeable. See, that's cool. This is what I like. I like putting songs together like this. So yeah, and I like working with parallel intervals. I really do. Like you saw me start in C sharp minor, and then I moved to E minor. That's a modulation. That is a modulation. They're not in the same key. You don't go from that. If we're working diatonically, right? It goes C sharp minor to E major. So give me some feedback on that. How do you guys feel about that? Is it too dark? Stay in minor, Doing that, okay? Or does it sound more like what I'm trying to communicate if I do this? excuse me, that's to going here, going to that E major 7, completely unties all the broodiness that we introduced with this C sharp minor. You know, it brings that in. It's just, it's dark, man. That's you know, given the subject matter of the song, it calls for that. So I can do, how about this? All right, this is another option. Stick with C sharp minor, of course. And maybe now E minor 7. Okay, I kind of dig that, and I'll tell you guys why, so you guys know what I hear. The C sharp minor to E minor 7. Minor 7 chords are not as dark as minor triads are. The 7th kind of lets a little bit of that minorness, that darkness. It dissipates some of that, just a little bit, just a little. So I'll throw this out there, and I'm about an hour in, so this is a good time for this. So for this one, okay, for those people who watch them, this C sharp minor to E minor. I'll just play a little riff of how that sounds. Okay, so there you hear it. C sharp minor to E major. I personally don't like that. I think it unravels the entire setting of the C sharp minor. But there's that. And now we have got C sharp minor to E minor 7, which I think is so far my favorite. And that's like this. See, I like that, and I'll tell you why. The C sharp minor sets up the broodiness. That E minor 7, even though, it's still, it's a, it's a pivot chord, or it's a modulation, I guess. It relieves a little bit of the darkness, but it still lets it hang that this is a minor topic, and that's really what I'm trying to accomplish, because what I want to do with the tune, just so you guys know, and the goal, because there's always, if you look up, like how to write songs, and lyrical songs. They're easy because they actually tell a story. There's words that tell you what the story is. Instrumental stuff is a lot different because you don't have words. You know, you have to let the music tell the story. But a really popular technique in Nashville songwriting is to, basically your verse tells the story, and the chorus tells how you feel about it, more or less, So I thought with this one, I would try and capture with the verse. I would try and capture just the gloom. I mean, I hate that, I mean, I don't really. It's a dark song, and it's about dark things. And they're all parts of life, so I have to acknowledge that sometimes we're going to have dark songs. But the verse, I kind of want to capture just that sadness, that heaviness of just the idea of suicide and how we feel when someone we know dies at their own hand. And then and that's from like I said, from outside looking in. And then with the chorus, I want that to capture the part, oh man, look at the hair on my arms standing up. I want the chorus to capture basically the perspective of the person who felt like that was their last option. Like, we on the outside, we're looking at it going, oh my God, look at this horrible thing that happened. Why? And the chorus is going to be that person saying, well, this is why. Because something was too heavy for me to handle. And I imagine there's going to have to be a bridge, because I can't just hang a song that's that dark, without there being something positive to it, because I am a little bit of a hippie and I do need positive things to contribute to the world, and I want to inspire people with the stuff that I play. Yeah, I guess the bridge is going to be something that's really a little bit more colorful, and the positive twist. Now, it may not, it's not going to be a cowboy chord song. I'm not going to be using, I'm not going to be using that in a song about suicide or the effects of suicide. But yeah, okay, see, and this is what I like. This is active. This is proactive efforts in getting my damn songs finished, because now I have the accountability on tape. Well, I guess on digital, as it is these days. We don't really work with tape anymore, do we? So, you guys, this is like the first one, man. This is the first one that has song content. We've covered 2 songs, and they're very different. So, what do you think? Leave comments, leave suggestions. What do you think about the sort of the crossroads I'm at with each one? On Nothing to Prove, what did you think about the pre-chorus? What did you think about the chorus? And on this one, very direct question with this one: which of the 3 approaches to the verse do you guys like? I know which one I like, and I said which one I like, but I want to hear from you guys. So there's our time for the day, guys. I'm going to try and give you an hour, maybe sometimes more. And we're starting off just on Fridays. But as it, it kind of picks up a little steam, I'll start coming on twice a week and then 3 days a week. 3 days a week is going to be a lot to have you guys sitting right here, in my studio. That's going to be a lot of us getting to know each other, which is cool, and I'm looking forward to it. But you guys have your work cut out for you. Given what I've presented with the questions so far, what would you guys like to see happen? And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everybody's answers. So thank you guys so much for watching and contributing and being a part of this. I'm so grateful. And we'll see you at the next one.